major enhancements in the Atlas 8.0 release is the Application Hub and the Freedom Page Designer. The Application Hub is essentially a library of your applications and your company's cloud and trial environments. You can switch between environments without logging in each time. Another feature of the Application Hub is that you can invite team members to collaborate with your new applications. At this time, invitations can only be sent to users who currently do not have a login to Creatio. The user types are administrator and developer. So administrators have full access to all the company environments and permission to manage them completely. And developers have full access to the development and testing environments. When creating an application in the Application Hub, the Freedom Page Designer gives you the ability to completely customize your application. The new app that you create already contains a set of components based on the selected template styles, but you can configure the app further using a variety of layouts, components, and inputs to customize the application. You can create dashboards, lists, record pages that have a minimum set of components, and then configure that further in the no-code designer. So let's move over to Creatio 8.0 and take a look at these new features. Here. So you'll see the Creatio homepage when you log in as usual. The new Application Hub is in the settings gear icon, and you'll see that selection added there. So let's go to Application Hub. So when you're in the Application Hub, you can select, and here's a library of the different applications that are in your instance. You can select an existing application and make changes to existing pages or create new pages. So to create an existing one, you can create a new page or edit the existing pages, edit the existing sections, or add a new section. The other elements like data model, business processes, integrations, these are all existing functionality, which are being used as part of the new tool. So we'll focus on creating new pages and new sections for the purposes of this demo. So let's create a new application here. So there are templates provided for you with pre-configured settings that you can customize. Here you can create dashboards. You can select from a list of ready-to-go apps from the marketplace. You can install a pre-made app from a file or customize a new application completely from scratch. So we'll select a template. So you can add a name for your template. Anything you like. For this demo, we'll call it sales request. Add a description of what this application is doing. Manage new sales request. You can customize it by adding any icon, changing the color. We'll add a little springy color, hopes of getting to spring soon. While that's loading, I'll show you where you can select from the different environments. So this would show your company's trial environments and any other environments you've created applications in. And you can switch between those just by clicking through. So here we'll start with a list page. So on the list page, there'll be a title header that you can a rename. You can add buttons here for inputs. There's a folder section that you can add folders to, and of course the data form where you can add the fields that would show the data in that list. So we'll add a new button here. You can configure the actions for these buttons here. Actions could be something like running a process, opening a new record or existing record, opening a specific page, save data, cancel, or close the page. So we'll select this as save and that button to save. You can create another button to maybe open a new record. So we can call this new sales request. Select what this would open. You can have that open new contract. We can add icons to the buttons. Position where we want to see that icon. Just configure it just exactly how you want it to look. We can add more fields here by selecting from the available fields. We can add, there's a new feature here where we can pin the column or hide it so it's hidden from the user view, and update that column layout so we can see the fields. Okay, let's save this list page here. And we'll go ahead and create a new form page. There's more flexibility in creating the form page. We're looking at a specific record. We can add some charts and tabs according to that record rather than on the list page. So on the left, there are pre-configured layouts you can update here. So we can add additional text fields here. Maybe include this as customer data. We'll add a few fields, specify whether those would be required, position of the field, whether it's multi-line, etc. We can name this list a customer data grid. There's options to customize this by adding colors to make it more brighter, visually appealing. We can add some maybe a checkbox here to indicate this is a new customer. Add a color there. This layout, we can add some charts. Maybe a sales pipeline based on this customer record. We can customize a chart as well to show just the data that you want to look at when you're opening that record. So we call this monthly sales. We can pull this from the accounts object here. There's a selection of the chart types that visually you can see what that would look like. So we'll go ahead with the column chart. We'll group that by account. Let's see. So we'll pull a, we'll group this by created on date. And the format, we can select, for example, month and year. There, that's better. And then save this chart for our form page. You can also customize the view of the data here. So you can add the number of tabs we'd like to see on the form page. We can add a detail area for each tab. Fields, columns, it's pretty much just add exactly the data you'd like to see and customize it to look the way you'd want it to look. Maybe we can add a few tabs here, like contracts. Add additional tabs here. Add a detail to show. Call this and this is fully, you can select the style of the caret you want to select here, the position of the button, the title, the color of the font. So as you can see, there's a lot of customizations available here. So let's go ahead and save this. So once that's saved, when we go back to our instance, there is a, you'll see a My Applications in the section selector. So let's, we'll see some of the pages we created here. So here's our list page that we created. There's the new sales request button that is going to open to a new contract page. And the new form page we created right here. So, and you can make these changes within the application hub and then go back and run the app and view it in real time, how those changes were, how they look when they're finally designed, make updates to it and run it. So there's a lot of flexibility with this new feature.